What's up, guys? Episode 2 of Whiskey, Wine, and Wellness, featuring none other than Earl Sims. Worked with Earl Sims several years back at a big box facility, and Earl's been one of those special people that executes on his dreams, and a lot of people have that. Started a big box gym or started a gym that somebody else owns to gain experience and then be able to translate that to their own business and run their own thing. And Earl's one of those people that really was able to take that leap, and things are going great. So I think you'll be able to take a lot away from this today. Earl goes into a lot about listening, being able to show the ability to connect with the people that you work with, not only clients but coworkers. Be able to show a level of confidence, making sure that you know that there's nobody that walks through your doors that you can't provide value to. And one of my favorite things is Earl making sure his cue bag is nice and making sure that he can cue people through exercise on a technical level to make sure that they get the most out of their time with him every time they walk into Capture Fitness. So without further ado, founder, owner, operator of Capture Fitness, Earl Sims.
Either way, this is our man Earl. Earl is business owner of Capture Fitness in downtown Indianapolis. All-around hustler. Quick resume builder on Earl. Top 5 finisher in 4 of 5 bodybuilding shows. He's a competitor.
Classic physique.
Classic physique. Kind of like mine. Classic physique.
You already going full on the tattoos.
Dad bod is classic physique, right?
Hey,
it's a classic physique.
It's a classic.
Sure.
Also a previous general manager at LA Fitness, one of the biggest big box gyms out there. I had the pleasure of working with Earl, actually. Promoted to GM in, 3 months it took you?
108 days.
Yeah, that's quick. From Indianapolis, IU graduated with a degree in kinesiology.
Yep.
Certified through ACSM. An all-around badass.
Yes, sir.
Lady killer.
All day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Earl.
How's it going?
All right.
Choice of drink, wine or whiskey. We've got a regular average maker's mark and
No such thing as an average maker's mark.
and a 2016 Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Your choice, sir.
Is it one or the other?
One or the other.
And we committing to one once we start.
Commit to one?
Depends on how long you can talk, I guess.
Oh man. Let's go ahead and crack the wax, man.
Crack the wax.
Let's do it.
You couldn't resist.
I can't, man.
The wax is too tempting.
Yeah, Juicy J can't. I swear.
Tell us the fitness journey. So you go IU, study it.
Well, his fitness journey started before that. Have you hooped with the guy? Fitness started in sports for him, surely.
Yeah, I mean, played a lot. I'll let you pour it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, obviously, I played basketball and everything throughout high school, and I had my first sports medicine class my senior year. So I was in sports medicine. I thought I wanted to go into athletic training, and really, the first thing I found out is you had to touch too many feet.
Gentlemen. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Way too many feet.
So
not a feet guy.
Nah, not at all.
Me neither.
So I had to figure out my avenue, and I was already
deterred?
Yeah, that was the left route.
Thing.
But through sports medicine, we were exploring all the different avenues. So I was already kind of turning up into my working out as I got ready for my senior season of basketball and everything. So it was just like it kind of clicked. That's where I need to be as people look to me to advocate to them, even at that early stage, probably anything, just because they noticed that where I was going.
You used to joke too when we were hooping. You used to tell me that you were a fat kid.
Oh,
those are your words.
I was.
Not mine.
You kept the calves.
Yeah.
So when did you make that change? Because when I met you, you'd already made that change. You'd already made that change.
Which was probably what year? How old were you?
Well, I started. Oh, what year did you make the change?
No, yeah. What year? No, what year would we all cross paths?
2014, September.
14. Okay.
Oh, it was that early?
September,
it was. Cause I started LA Fitness in May. So yeah, that was LA Fitness. That was Carmel West.
I know.
2014. Damn, 6 years.
Yeah. Crazy.
That is crazy.
So, but you were already in shape though
You're
when I met
22.
you.
Yeah.
So when did you go from, in your words, fat kid to?
I would say I did my first pull up when I was in like 8th grade. I got tired doing the flex arm hang, so I just started banging push-ups. So I was like, I gotta get out here, man. Like I can't be out here embarrassed doing the flex arm hang during this national test, man. So,
presidential test.
That was the first time I ever had to accomplish something from a physical standpoint, you know, and I kind of was able to show myself my aptitude. But really, I didn't stop being like real life chubby, I would say, until like maybe like my sophomore year of college, like. When I got my first internship, and I was.
I better look the part.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, all right, well, I got a real life being here at least 4 times a week. I can't be doing this. I know muscle atrophies after 2 weeks, so let's get in the gym again. You know what I mean?
But did you only play basketball growing up?
Yep, only played basketball.
Basketball's one of those sports. People don't really work out. People don't really.
You don't go
Basketball's not. It's not. You're not deadlifting. You're not really squat. I mean, nowadays kids are doing things a lot more.
Just like Olympic stuff, probably.
But back in our day, you just hooped.
Right.
Hoopers just hooped.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to mess up their
Like
jump shot.
Kevin
They weren't trying
Durant.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I met my first NBA trainer my senior year. Actually, he came. He was Keith Suttle. He owns Correct to Compete. Actually, out by Carmel West. It's like right off back.
NBA trainer.
He used to train for the Bulls. So he was there training for them when D Rose was there. So he came in and was working with the basketball team and everything. So that was one of the first times that I was able to see like a functional athletic usage of weights and strength training. You know, being more explosive and everything. So again, you know, so that was a good example. I'm always a sponge. You know, I'm soaking up everything. You know, I'm peeping games. So
right. Yeah, it's a whole different type of training. Basketball training, you learn a whole. I mean, it's all agility, balance, explosion.
Right.
It's hops.
I mean, which is really like the crazy thing about athletic training is like you hear about sports specific training and all of that, but really everybody needs the same things in terms of training. Everybody needs to be faster, stronger, and more explosive.
More durable.
So you train those things, but like maybe more like unilateral exercise would be some of the things that'll be more sport specific, but in the whole grand scheme of things, every athlete needs to be you know, you need the exact same thing for performance.
Yeah, different planes. Yeah.
Well, you need that strong base.
Right.
I mean, it's important to have that strong base.
Before I forget too, I wanted what was your heaviest when you said you're like we weren't like a fat kid, but like what did you get up to?
I mean, really, it wasn't that I was like fat. I was just like.
I feel like you showed me one picture.
I
where
was
you
more
were
so
real
disproportionate, I would say. You know what I mean? Because obviously I never hit that growth spurt. I planned my life around being 6'4". So
never happened.
Yeah. So
every time you calculate your Harris Benedict, you're putting 6'4", like projecting it forward.
All
like,
of that. So
3,600 calories today. We're good.
So that never happened. So I was just like,
every time he made a player on Madden, he's like 6'4".
Yeah, NBA like 6'4".
225.
All of them. Yeah, like
we might be able to play the 3. We can guard 3s.
Like I imagine being stacked B. I was just always just like bigger than I should have been for my size. Like I played football when I was in 5th grade, and I had to be on the line, even though I'm like the most athletic kid on the team. I got the best hands and everything, but I'm sitting there playing offensive, defensive line and can't touch the ball because I'm coming in at 120, 125, and you got to be 110 to be able to hold the ball.
Oh, you had the stripe on your helmet where they're like, this kid can't.
That's what they was calling. We out there doing drills before practice started. I'm like. They're like, Sims is a striper. I was like, yeah, man.
That's a tragedy.
Get me out of here. Yeah, so that was my biggest deterrent from football. I never went back.
You were a small kid?
Yeah.
I was a really small kid,
If you see the pictures, like any of my sports pictures, it's like kid, Tyler. Kid.
What do you think that variable is? Why do you think?
I was quick, though.
Like a lot of people that are small shoot up like at random times. Like, what do you think factors out in that?
Genetics.
That
I
might be
mean,
your
just.
question more. Like,
I mean, I'm sure how you're raised, what you eat, all those little things, but I think it's just God given. I mean, I don't think it's something you can
predetermined.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. I feel like you can coax it in a certain direction. Right?
Yeah.
You can feed the right things. You can do the right things, but
when you really do it,
you're either gonna be 6'4" or you're not.
I think you can.
You know what I mean? Like
I think it would be a lot of work. Though.
Like there's no big ass people. Like like nobody was talking about. Yeah, Greg O just shot up. He wasn't. He didn't eat that much when he was little. They say like, we always had to feed this person. This person grew big, and I think sometimes with smaller people, like they get tired of being small. You know what I mean? So then they start eating and feeding that body, and then everything goes along with it. I mean, but when you feed your system, though, then like you grow. Like things will happen. You know, and you can reach your potential. Like this is speculation.
Right.
It's not medical advice.
It's not X and stone or anything.
Well, so like I think they're pretty variables only because we know 100% that you can manipulate growth hormone through like different diet, exercise technique, but you can't manipulate that. So why can't? And that's the fact, like the factor, right? Like is stuff gonna grow, including your bones?
Right.
So like, not that you would on purpose have a child be doing things to
I
increase
need more.
growth hormone,
I need
but-
more test subjects.
But why not?
Right.
Why
We
wouldn't
need to start
you?
giving 10-year-olds HGH to start monitoring this.
I still think it's kind of like
Just kidding.
like testing. I know, like it's just, like you gotta say
Right.
just kidding, but I do think it's still kind of fried that people can't do that.
I mean, we would hear more about being able to
we
make
do
them
need the
grow
test
tall.
subjects. Like, so somebody should be able to say, "Hey, I'll be a test subject." Like, people should be
Yeah.
able to do that, but they think testing on people is inhumane, which it is in most cases. But there's some things just like we just got to know. Like, we don't really understand hypertrophy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly. Like, it's not an exact science.
No,
we know
right.
what goes there, but you know, what I mean, if we had some like specific test subjects, then we could just like
Listen, I would do it.
put in the kitchen, from the time they're little to see what really does it. And
That's so
you know,
sketchy.
do your
I'm
controls
still
and
just young
everything.
enough.
like-
31. Teach me how to grow. I get about 6'3", 6'4". I'm going to the league, son.
Yeah, right. Still,
I'm getting disciplined real quick.
because your body ain't been through what the people in the league have. You know what I mean? You might be able to
6'4".
sustain. Bounce
These will be
back.
okay.
Things would be
Yeah.
different.
Dang.
What would be your, if you could pick a height, what height would you be? What would be like your perfect stature?
Perfect stature.
Yeah, and you
Taking
were
into
different. I guess
account-
you have a bodybuilding mindset too, but
Yeah. Like
include that or don't include that.
Not
what
like
would be the
day-to-day
perfect
activities
stature?
too. Like it's not like you wouldn't be like 7 foot.
Right,
Well,
right.
I'm going
Yeah, I
7
mean,
foot
I'll-
300 for sure.
I would definitely have
You'd
to
have died at
extrapolate myself
45.
from where I am now. So I would think I would be like, I would say probably like maybe like 6'4", 235 maybe.
6'4", 235. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
I don't think I would go. I wouldn't even go above 6'2". I feel like at 6'4", people are like, at what height do you start getting the? Hey, how tall are you? Like that's like the first
6'4".
thing anybody walks.
Oh,
up.
6'4".
yeah, I mean, I think,
6'5".
and again, I just feel like I would be a real hound on the court if I was 6'4". Like,
It really comes back to
at
basketball.
6'4".
You think I'll be less
Slapping your
pickup
head
now?
off the
You think
backboard.
People play less pickup now.
The people who play less pickup? Nah, I think people instantly play
Coronavirus?
pickup.
Man, I'll go play some pickup right now.
Yeah, like I'm
Do that,
waiting
yeah.
to hoop. Like I've been
Trying to
looking for
hoop?
somewhere to hoop.
We
Like
can go to Castleton.
Westside New.
Oh, we got to. Let's go.
It's beautiful outside.
yeah, I'm
So-
itching to play.
Relevant to fitness business, I guess. Your transition from big box to entrepreneur, and maybe like minor stops in between. Worth it? Difficult? Easy? Easier than you thought? What was the process like?
Well, I would say yeah. I mean that's a loaded question, but I would say everything was definitely worth it. One of the things that it's like a thing that I picked up when I was doing mortgages because that was a big stop off. I ended up doing loans for 3 years. Royal United. It like kind of rolls together.
Sometimes you gotta take.
I came and
stuff to,
scooped you up a
learn.
couple times out front. I remember.
Yeah. So yeah, by doing there, like there's just things that you had to learn, but there are things that nobody can tell you, which I guess is a big thing, like in life in general. But nobody can tell you how to prepare for these things. You just have to go through. And I just always said I wish there was like the best training manual would be just a manual full of all the things that you can never learn unless you experience them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that is all that you would
That
need
you
for
learn
that.
from failure.
Yeah.
The majority of the time.
Yeah, and
But that book can't exist though.
I
Because
know.
you can't.
Exactly.
You couldn't put it in. Yeah.
Yeah, so no matter all the
Yeah.
preparation, like all the different sides of business that I've seen, because again I've worked in LA Fitness, I interned at a place similar to what I ran. Like I've seen all aspects of the business, and I know the ups and downs. But even there, I've still made those expensive mistakes. You know what I mean? Like that I just wish I could have back, but I needed to make those.
Well, LA Fitness, I feel like sharpened the tool set a lot just because of the sheer quantity of people that came through there.
Definitely.
I mean, you learned how to, just from sitting on the sideline,
have to
you
hustle.
almost learned how the business,
to.
I mean, it's not a, say what you want, it's a pretty good business model,
Oh yeah,
what they're doing.
yeah, it works.
And it works depending on who's in charge, right?
Yeah.
But you
As
still
a
learn.
system, it's extremely effective.
As a
It's
system,
got
as a
to be.
whole, right? As a machine, it's
Bottom
extremely
line,
effective.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that I learned from there. One of the biggest things I learned from there, which also persisted at the mortgage company, they didn't give us any breaks.
They are mowing.
It's good. But yeah, at the mortgage company, they didn't give us any breaks, just like at LA Fitness. We couldn't control anything. We couldn't change any prices or anything. So what that made me learn to do is to build value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You kind of had to stand on what you're worth and what
'Cause
you
it's
do
gonna
and
be
make
what it
them
is.
know why it's worth it to them.
Right.
Selling on price is a shit game, anyways. Though. Like,
100%.
because people are just gonna. Yeah, like when it comes to like line item on what they want to cut out of their budget, like if there's no feel for it at all, like
Right.
that's going.
That's a personal question too. I mean, you got to earn somebody's trust before you start. I never liked the model of, okay, now let's look at everything you're spending when you're 40 minutes into having met somebody. I mean, that's a hard way to.
Right.
Yeah, and then
you gotta earn
to
that
have a relationship with
And
them long term, and they're gonna pay money to spend time with you.
A lot of money.
What other business do you like pay money to spend time with somebody? Like that's all you're working on.
Yeah.
Like I also have a building you can work out in, but it's just me and you together for the next
just
hour.
coming to see me. The relationship is everything.
We were talking about it yesterday with like the moment that like when somebody signs up and they're like, I'm gonna pay you money to coach. Mm-hmm. It's just like the realest like form of like commerce, like forever. Like it's just like there's no like returning it or like this isn't gonna work or whatever. It's like here, give me money, and just based on I want whatever's in your head, help it be into my head now.
Right.
It's crazy. It's such like a old school transaction.
How many trainers are your? What's the difference between the LA Fitness business model and your business model? So how many trainers do you have? How do you run your business?
So right now it's just me right now, and it has been since like February last year when the lady who I was working with initially when she left. That was it was a kind of awakening experience at that point. Like when I lost her, but we can double back to that. So it's just me right now. The biggest difference between my model and the LA Fitness model, other than myself actually being where I am, it's like that all of my personal training, it also comes with group strength training. So no matter what aspects you are in my gym, I guess I also have open gym, but I'll be there also, and I still chop it up with people that are doing open gym, like let them know how to do things better. So with the group strength training and personal training, they all go together, I guess, from an umbrella standpoint. So if you're, say, financially, you're only able to afford one time a week personal training, I'm smart enough, I'm a professional, and I know that you're not going to get in shape coming to see me 4 times a month. So to make sure that you're not limited and you still have somebody to work with, because just working with you one time, you're not going to all of a sudden know what to do for the other 3 times a week. So you can still come in, you can still get that work with me, and then we still have our one-on-one time to be specific, work on any asymmetries, functional imbalances, all of those kind of things. So
you're there and you have
work,
the time.
all of that. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's about being comfortable too, right? Mm-hmm. So just that one-on-one time, just getting somebody educated starts to make them try new things in the gym, which eventually leads to better results. Because again, the gym's intimidating, but going somewhere one-on-one like that and being taught, knowing how to do a certain exercise and maybe somebody else does, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
People want to come back and try new things after they start. You know what I mean? So those one-time-a-week sessions aren't gonna again be the end result, but they're huge still.
Yeah.
It's more like those are more like stop gaps, because I know like you're not gonna let the train get off the tracks longer than a week. Like we're gonna get back, so you're never really.
Well, if you
it's not even about what you do during the workout. It's like where'd you put their mind.
Right. Yeah.
Because that 30 minutes, hour, whatever is like, I mean.
Well, it's stuff they take for life too. I mean, if you look back on it now, I mean, you can think of a lot of one-time-a-week clients, 2 times a week, but think how much you taught them in that year. Right. It was just once a week, but how much they learned that they'll always have now.
Yeah.
You know
people
what I mean?
think it's about like how many calories am I going to get in the time that I work out, but it's much more about like, where's your mind at, and like, are we on, are we off right now, or like what's like what's stressing you? Like it's all that's the stuff, way to manage your life type stuff, as opposed to like the Orange Theory thing would be like you walk out and you're like, how did I do? I don't know, let's check how many calories I burned. Like that is relevant at some level, but it's like a sliver of the pie.
100%.
To mindset.
Yeah.
What were the those 3 questions you asked yesterday? So 1, 2, and 3. What are the top? I'll ask Earl the same thing.
Oh, so
top attributes of successful.
Like successful fit pros. Like, what would you see?
Top
people
3.
Like you would admire them like from like a business standpoint, not necessarily, how big or popular they became, but like what qualities would you like walk into somebody's gym, see a trainer, and be like, if I knew this about him, we'd be like, that's a guy I would like let my mom train with.
Top 3
or
qualities.
I would lean on, or I would ask him a question and actually care what he said back.
Okay.
The big 3.
So if I was watching like a trainer and I was watching them work, like what 3 things would I be? Okay, you do this, and this.
How would you identify traits?
Or
that
you running a business.
Good
what are the top 3 qualities that are going to make you successful, or your trainer successful? I mean, what are the top 3 qualities that everyone needs to have?
They've got to listen. They've got to listen 100%. Like so that's one big thing. Like as I was like interviewing interns and even like working with people, like if I can't finish a sentence, You know what I mean? Like that I noticed that like if you're even if you're affirming me before I've made my point,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like or just even like agreeing with me again prior to me even making my point. You don't know what you're agreeing to, you know? So at that point I know that there's
spineless, like you don't have a real opinion, you're just like, let's make sure this is cool, right?
Well,
we're cool, okay, right?
And that's something that you can't have because you have to be comfortable being able to have uncomfortable conversations with people, especially as you have to hold them accountable. So that would be
pay for it,
that'd be a big thing. I always have them train me, just because you can't be intimidated by anybody. Which again, like that was another thing. Like with the mortgage company, some people would get talked right off the phone when they found out how much somebody made because they were intimidated because they felt like they made more money than them. You know what I mean? So even as a trainer, like if you're good, you're gonna get people that come and lean on you, and they're gonna be in really fucking good shape.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So so you can't be intimidated to train them. You know what I mean? And help them get better, even if they're better than you. So
because they want the knowledge just as much. There's a reason that they're in shape.
Yeah, like they still want to get better.
And fitness is, you have to be changing constantly. I mean, they're always, everybody who's in shape is always looking at somebody's exercise they haven't done or trying to learn something somewhere.
Right.
Why not implement that? I mean, muscle confusion.
It's just because you're always engaged in the process the whole time of like improvement at all time, and it's just like I always look at it as like how good a shape somebody's in. A lot of times is like the level of consistency that they're able to keep, because it's not like rocket science, right? Like it's like everybody knows on paper like these are the things you should probably do. Like, but how often can you do those things without self-sabotage and just going off when you know you shouldn't? It's like. Yeah, how many like on the calendar O's and X's, like if you outnumber with like the positive, you're gonna win 100%,
no matter what.
And it's just not as complicated as people want it to be.
Right.
So you do consistency, like so people can come in all the time. Do you ever get like open gym too crazy? Like
no. So for open gym, like even like during the hours where I have open gym, I still cap it at 10, just because again like. I know what it's like to be in an overcrowded place, and it's no good. So
you did 10 before.
What kind of hours?
Too, right. Yeah, okay. It was always 10 hours, 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. So.
How do you? Do they have appointment then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you log into my app, you can go and you can schedule saying whether you're coming for open gym. So.
Same day.
Yep.
Same day even.
Yeah, just within 30 minutes.
Tough to build. Web-wise?
No, I got it through MindBody. So
MindBody's that clean?
So MindBody gave me a brand of that, but the next level, which I went to, I reached out to IUPUI, and basically I reached out to the IT people that were over the internships, and I was like, hey, I've got this app, so we can do an idea, we can work together. You can get a student, you can develop my app. She's like, okay, cool, we'll put this up for the internships. We can also we got a teacher that teaches the class. That does stuff like this. So I'm gonna put that in there. So hopefully I can get a new app that'll do everything that I really wanted to do.
That's like a school project too.
Yeah.
That's cool. IUPUI's got a serious
same day scheduling.
They have like one of the
service right there.
Oh yeah.
They do full. They do like personal training as a focus. Like they have like your degree can basically be in personal training. Like
really
as a focus. I think it's probably a minor, not a it's like kinesiology, whatever. That's what Danielle. Did you remember?
Yeah.
She had that, and that's how I got her. It was awesome. But she was a graduate, and she got basically.
IUPUI?
Yeah, and I got in touch with their kines person. They sent out a job posting, whatever, and that's how I met her. But
she's a great trainer.
Yeah, still is. Yeah,
so top 3 qualities. Number 1 was listening.
Yes.
Yep.
Be able to listen.
Yeah.
You know what my number 1 answer? Well, do your 3 first. I wrote my 3 down.
Okay.
From when he asked me yesterday, so I'm interested to see how. I bet these are going to end up close.
Okay. What did you put down for number 2?
What's your number 2? So you gave us number 1. Was
so number 2.
I'm not going to tell you my next. I'm going to influence.
Yeah. Number 2 was the one about just like being confident enough to work with people.
So communication or confidence.
Yeah, we would say confidence.
Confidence and communication.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't actually objectively feel like they can go offer somebody enough value, and that's probably why they're uncomfortable to.
And that's what led us into talking about approaching people that are in shape.
Right. Yeah.
So we got what's 3?
So what's your 3rd one?
So and the 3rd one would be really just they have to have a large repertoire of cues, like
knowledge.
Can't say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like in session.
Yeah. Just not like just in general, like they have to know a lot of different cues. Like you got to be able to break it down, and and communicate with a lot of people in different ways. So yeah, I think if their cue bag is nice, which again I'm paying attention to while they're actually doing that training, you know what I mean? Like then, that'll be the other thing, because again then I'll know they'll be able to like properly communicate. And just I guess you might be able to throw that along with attentiveness. That would be the biggest thing. You can change that
for
to
your third thing. I wrote down cue bag nice.
Yeah. / attentiveness. Yeah.
So knowledge.
Yeah, attentiveness is.
You just mean like basically like the ability to coach somebody, like to actually coach them, like.
Yeah, like to be able to pay attention to somebody when they're actually working out, and not actually, and in addition to not keep harping on the same thing. You know what I mean? And like and kind of flip it up and.
It all circles back to knowledge, though. You have to know.
Teach, basically.
You have to be able to find different points to talk about, right? You can't just do that same.
Right.
And that's a lot of times what the LA Fitness model is, right? It's like just learn this script, right? Just have them do step ups. You just have this one conversation for an hour.
Yeah.
But when you're working with somebody every day and they're working with you, you have to. They're going to see through that.
You don't fake.
quickly.
You're not going to fake for a year.
They're going to see through that quickly.
Yeah, like you can't keep telling somebody to bend at the hip, bend at the hip.
Right.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Bend at the hip. No, not quite. Just bend at the hip.
No, the hip.
You know what I mean?
Out like this.
Yeah.
Always goes.
See how I'm bending at the hip?
Always goes knees.
Yeah,
People can't figure out a hip hinge.
But you know what I mean. But instead of just saying that, you figure out a different way to talk them into it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, for sure.
So my top three qualities were humility.
Okay.
Was number one.
I like that.
Follow through and follow up the transition of, and I was talking about the sense of what I know of being a training director and selling a training staff, not from your perspective or his of actually training them one-on-one every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my second biggest one was follow through, follow up, the transition of you
It's
like
like customer
me,
service.
you did business with me, now here's my trainers that I promised you the world about, and being able to, you know what I mean? That's important. And the third thing was fun, being able to make it fun.
Yeah.
Because it's not fun for a lot of people.
Right.
Shit. Sometimes for me either. I mean, it's not fun for you sometimes. I don't know. It is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But for the majority.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard work.
You can find a way to make it
you gotta
fun.
break it. Yeah.
So, and if
And
you can
that's
be
such
that
a-
bridge.
Stressful environment too. A lot of times there, like at LA, but your experience, yeah.
Well, and what I was telling him yesterday was like, and you know how it was. We worked together. When somebody walks into a facility, and you got the GM, the director, hey.
Right.
Hey, it's a great day. It's a great day in LA. And we're slapping.
Right.
And we're hugging the customers as they come in.
Right.
And then the new person walks in the gym with their family, and they're like, oh, this is something I want to be a part of.
Right.
I'm trying to be on this team.
Yeah.
That's a lot of places are missing that.
For sure. Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
But that's strong. That's strong.
You ever worry about as an entrepreneur, like always worry like when you go hire the next person, they inevitably don't usually care as much as you do.
Oh, 100%.
So how do you screen that out? Like
You can't. You
it's
can't.
tough,
It's
right?
not gonna happen. Like you're never gonna get anybody that cares as much as you.
Right.
And that's the worst part.
Even if you ended up being 50-50 partners, it's still your baby. Like
Yeah.
it means so much more to you than
Yeah,
it ever could.
you're never gonna find somebody that's as committed as you. So you just have to find somebody that
Don't.
Yeah, but you got to find somebody that's committed to you.
You have to find some balance. Though, like he can't be there every hour, every day, forever.
It's fine. I thought about that because I was starting to try to bring on somebody else, and then somebody's like, wait. So what classes you gonna teach him? I thought in my mind like it was like Space Jam, like how Jordan was gonna be on Moron Mountain, just playing ball all day. I'm just like man, that's what y'all expect from me.
You got a hoop there?
Nah, I wish I did.
You should put a hoop up.
Yeah, I
got
wish.
room
Right
for
on
a
the
hoop?
canal.
What?
You got room for a hoop?
Not inside, nah. Like it was like I mean I don't know if the ceiling's obviously high enough, but I don't know. It just wouldn't like
Mount one on the wall.
Yeah, that'd be fried.
It's like one at like 8 feet.
Yeah.
Just to get them engaged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a
pull
quick
it out
game.
Like a pulley system that you can just like pull it up and it'll like fold back up or something like that.
that'd be gas. I
Hey,
need to
listen,
figure
5
that
minutes
out.
off your cardio if you beat me in a quick game of pig type thing. I mean,
Maybe put it at like 9.5 too, because you
Yeah.
can feel good about yourself.
9.5. Yeah, just enough to where you can dunk.
Yeah.
You know, so like 9.25 maybe. You
For
know, for me.
Yeah,
So
but
tough to screen that out.
yeah, like you can at all, and then sometimes like some people are like professional interviewers, so sometimes like you can end up getting a bad person, and
Yeah.
You know, like getting up.
Are you looking to build a team, or are you looking to just keep it yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking to build right now. I was getting mad close, but now I gotta recover from the corona fall off.
Right.
You know, and get back to where I was. So then after that, be able to build up to the point where I can bring somebody on.
Right.
And get them a decent little bit a month as a base pay, so they can build their business uncompromised. But what I really want to do, I kind of just want to barbershop it. You know what I mean? And just have some people paying me like
rent.
And paying me like rental space. Like there's another location like on the other side of Burger House that I want to grow to get. But even
just do the double.
Yeah, but even if I don't get that, I can just put somebody under my umbrella. You know, if I get somebody that's hungry, I can just because I have.
I like the barbershop idea.
Yeah, like I have an exclusivity agreement with 9 on Canal, so they can't put another gym over there. So. And the space is still available, so I can get that space and then just call it Capture Fitness, and then whoever comes there, if it's a trainer or whatever, like
what are you waiting
they're under me no matter what.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for?
Gotta get just another like $1,500 a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's 16. Yeah, we did the numbers, so that's another like 10, 15 members. You know what I mean? So once I get that, I've read this Grant Cardone book called the 10X Rule. You know what I mean? So if you need 15 members, you need 150 members. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just need to make sure that that I'm near complete, so that I don't sign another lease for it when I'm ready for it. I need to sign another lease when the fall off won't damage it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a weird time. Do you think that business is going to go back to the way it was, be better, be worse after all this?
I think it'll end up being back and better, like because the market's thinned out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of places didn't make it. Like, and I think that's a big thing about it. Like I felt like I was running the other day, and I just had the thought as I ran past that hotel that we were talking about earlier, and I saw the broken glass, and I'm just like, shit, man, like survived the pandemic and the protests. I'm supposed to be here.
I think your business model is built to succeed more than a big box gym business model, because people I think are going to be more self-conscious about big groups, things like that moving forward. So like your LA Fitnesses, your Lifetimes, those are probably going to take a bigger hit. The big box gyms, but your style, one-on-one, just you, small location, probably going to thrive.
Yeah.
Because those people who leave the big box gyms are still going to want that kind of attention.
Yeah. Because the big box gyms are going to have.
And I don't know anything, but that makes sense to me.
Yeah. That's my thought.
The cleaning is insane. Rightfully so. Like I'm not an immunologist, right? But like
I like the double decker idea.
Yeah.
What?
The barbershop.
Oh.
With the gym.
I was gonna ask you. That's what I was gonna say. So.
Damn near having an open floor plan almost, where you have like a little. Everybody goes to the barbershop to kick it.
Right.
But people like to kick it at the gym too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like turf it out.
People like to get a little pump, get lined up.
I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Talking about a real barbershop.
He's not a real barbershop. Barbershop meaning.
No, I'm talking about a barbershop.
No, they got
one.
That's why I was understanding what you were saying.
They got one a lifetime.
With barbers in there paying rent to cover your rent.
That means like barbershop style.
I understand what he meant by barbershop style, but then I put this literal. I'm talking about a barbershop and a gym. But
I can let somebody do that though, like cause that like with the patio, like I can have somebody out there like cutting hair.
Do you know how badass that would be?
Yeah, that'd be kind of fire.
They have gym and tans all the time, right? But that's
getting your hair cut on
that guy.
Get lined up. Oh, come on, you get your traps all swole. You come out, hit some curls.
He's acting like it's gonna fall under your umbrella. I felt like
he gonna pay me.
Yeah, there's gonna be the guys in there cutting hair that are paying booth rent to cover the rent for the whole place.
That'd be crazy.
And then you're running a gym and you got the barbershop.
Get people out there like cutting hair on the canal at like 4 p.m. on a Friday.
Listen, it's gonna feed both. And listen,
that'd be crazy.
Tell me you don't want to get lined up nice right after you get a nice pump. Like
you can't get lined up after the pump.
Business would be good on Friday.
No.
I guess you go shower and everything.
No,
I got showers and everything.
Yeah, after you get the pump,
go shower, come get a haircut,
get your line. Come
That's
on,
real.
That's
real. That's an idea. Yeah. I'm running it up. Yo, speaking of ideas, I had this random ass thought. So. You people, you iPhone people. Always, yeah. You people. Y'all always complain about me.
Whoa.
Green texture.
The green bubble.
It's
making shirts. Somebody gonna steal this idea right off here, and then it's gonna be fried. But I get a shirt that's got a green bubble on it, and y'all have shirts that got the blue bubble on it. And that'd just be like that would be something I would just run it up. You run an ad on that on the gram.
That would be hilarious.
So many people would buy those.
That would be awesome.
Just do it like a drop store or whatever, or a ship store.
Yeah. Send the patent out right now. Write that down.
I gotta know what that was like.
I think that'd be a quick little bag. Even if it's sold once. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wouldn't even have to be a repetitive thing.
I'm not mad at this.
If it's sold one time, that would be a bag.
Listen, I'm not mad at this.
You can run separate ads. You can run an ad for just the blue one. You can run an ad for just the green one, and then you can run an ad for the versus or something.
Then you run an ad for which side are you on?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wait, whoa. We're not picking sides here.
Dang.
Blue or green.
Yeah.
I like this. Left Twix or right Twix?
Yes.
What side are you on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was shocked at how few places do the trainer rent model. There's not that many that do it.
No, there's not.
And there's from people trying to make a transition from where a lot of people start at big box to doing their own thing.
Yeah. Pause.
I heard somebody say that the other day, and it reminded me because you're the only person I know that says that. That's cool. Who was? I can't remember who it was. But so there's Fitness. You know that one is it's like what's it called?
What are you talking about?
It's a trainer gym. It's in Fishers. I think it's Fishers, and they basically just own the gym, and the trainers just pay them like $500 a head.
They got a barbershop?
Yeah, probably. But they're like very few gyms do that. Like they always hire trainers that work for them instead of trainers paying them to train out of and then just putting it on them.
You should definitely.
What do you think is a good price for that?
Booth rent side?
I've heard anything.
It depends on what your rent is.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on what you project the value to be.
Is he still talking about real barbershop right now?
No, talking about booth, having trainers.
Yeah. So
what would their booth rent number be?
My thought of what I've told people.
I'll write down my number and then you say it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So listen.
I'm gonna do a min and max that I've heard that's reasonable.
Okay.
So between this and this number, min max.
Okay.
Mine's perfect. I gotta just tell you now. I bet we're close though.
All right.
I'd be willing to bet we're within like $100 or $2, all of us.
All right. I don't know how I want to do that. I just wanted to make sure if I was historically correct.
Oh, we're all right now.
I'm gonna write mine. Did you write yours on that first page?
Yep.
Let's see. I'm going.
Send me a green dot. How dare you? Get so upset. I should just turn off my cell data so I can only get iMessages. Like, stay on Wi-Fi all the time.
All right. So the numbers that you think people should be paid. So Adams is on the front.
Because I actually looked this up.
So it's not your opinion?
Nah, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm probably paying more attention to it than anybody right now because you probably don't look at
What'd
what
you
other
write
people
down?
are charging.
What'd you write down?
So my min was 500 and my max was 1,000 a month.
Okay. Pretty broad.
500 to 750. That's you.
Yep.
Yep, that's about right actually.
Yep.
50 per client. Okay.
Oh shit! He switched it up on us.
Yeah, but you don't want to, as a gym owner, you don't want to track them.
That's what we're saying. We're talking about
from
what
scheming.
number would you charge booth rent? So
That's
not,
like I
when they walk
do,
in day one, it's like, hey, listen, it's $500 a month to train here.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they got one client or 100,
right?
It's $500 a month.
Yep.
Yeah, but if I do $50 per client per month, if they got 100, I'm gonna make out more.
Yeah, but what happens if they don't?
Well, how are you gonna? You don't want to. The whole point of renting it out is that you don't want to have to deal with.
You don't have to worry about it.
I don't want to count anybody's pockets or anything. But
You don't have to worry about it.
That's what I think. So I think
if you have a great trainer, think about this though.
I know some people that do.
If somebody, if they said, Earl, you can come train out of here, you get this whole facility, this badass facility to yourself for $750 a month. You could have that $750 a month. You get, quick from a few clients.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then you have 20 other. You know how much money you can make.
Right.
But you gotta have the right trainers, right? But that's not. That's reasonable.
You just make them. You just treat that as a membership, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the easiest way you can do that.
Yeah.
Is just treat it like a membership, and then they can just. Okay, that makes sense. So my issue is going to be like, how are you gonna? Yeah, like you said, count somebody else's pockets. Like, how are you gonna prove? They're gonna be like, I had 10 people, and you're like, you got at least 30 people in here. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, how did you track that? But yeah, if you just charge them a membership, straight up, then they can only. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And then they buy the green bubble or the blue bubble shirt when they walk in.
Right.
They pick a side.
Would you wear that if you put that out? Would you wear a non-capture? I feel like if I were you, I would wear that shirt all day, every day.
The only thing I would wear is Capture Fitness stuff. I would have everything embroidered with that C.
Yeah,
Is that C?
Yeah.
Everything
Absolutely.
embroidered.
Oh, I'm trying to LeVar Ball this shit.
Everything.
If it works out better for you.
Yeah.
He's having
No, what do you
Waddling everywhere, throwing out t-shirts,
He's
man.
looting. What do you mean? LeVar's the man.
Yeah.
He's paid.
Hey, you know who's looting? These fucking cleaning companies that gassed up the Lysol and hand sanitizer prices. That's a version of looting
Listen,
also.
the funniest meme I saw throughout this whole thing was some dude like, yo, I'm selling selling sanitizer bag, dime bags. He had dime bags with just little sanitizers in them, like tied off like bags of Coke. $5 a bag of Sandy.
That's hilarious.
You laugh, but people will buy them.
My grandma, every time, is like the ultimate like be safe person. Like her advice that you always. I was talking to my sister about this too. Like her advice is always like, if she saw something on the news where somebody got like got carjacked or something in Houston, she'd be like, "Watch out! There's carjackings going on right now." She's like always on alert, all the time. And every time she goes to the store now, because of the coronavirus thing, she basically sees, is there any cleaning stuff available to be purchased?
Yeah.
And buys all of it. Just because there's like this like perception that like the virus is about to take over, so
Yeah.
I need to have unlimited weapons to clean against it because I don't know if it's going to be available.
And that's
it's
why,
like,
and that's
cleans
why
it
every
out.
store is empty.
Cleans it out.
Oh yeah.
I'm not mad at her, but I just
No.
I was
But
I
there's,
was
why? What are you going to do with it all?
nothing.
That's
Like
all, yeah.
you know,
I was at Ollie's. You know what Ollie's is?
I was just there last night.
Ollie's?
Yeah,
I love Ollie's.
Ollie's.
The bargain outlet?
What is it?
Ollie's
Bargain
downtown.
outlet. Ollie's. It's like a
I feel
T.
bad. I'm the guy that lives in Carmel.
It's like a TJ Maxx for
You know,
home
funny
good-
thing.
home- It's
You know,
like a
funny
TJ
thing, I was
Maxx
talking
for
about
a
Ollie's
grocery
bar.
store. What do you say?
I was talking about Ollie's the bar.
You guys can't get on the same
24-hour bar.
barbershop.
Oh shit.
It's fire. It's a gay bar. But
Anyway.
It's fire.
Oh well. We were on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So I was at Ollie's, and I was talking about hand sanitizer. They're
Okay.
selling bottles of, because you just have to. I think it's like 95%. 95% not proof. Alcohol is what can be turned into hand sanitizer. So like at this place, they've got bottles of pretty much, and it says all it's labeled. It says "Do not drink" in giant letters, but it's just liquid, it's just straight alcohol that they're just selling just to mix in with whatever to make your own hand
Damn.
sanitizer.
Yeah.
Like that's
So you
the
can
play.
like bulk.
Yeah. Half-gallon bottles of 95% grain alcohol.
No, it's not
Woo!
grain alcohol. That's probably like
Whatever. it is.
disinfect your
Grain.
wounds type alcohol.
Is that not what grain is?
No,
Grain's
that's
like
ethanol.
vodka.
This would be like grain.
It's like
alcohol.
gasoline. You're drinking gas.
Yeah,
Ethanol.
there's a golden grain vodka that we had in college. I don't know. I can't
Golden
remember what
grain
the
flavor?
It was like called.
Oh,
It was
Everclear.
called like golden grain or something like that.
Golden grain.
It said not for human consumption.
See, that's
On
not
it.
right. And you drank it.
Yes, we
yeah,
did
you
take a
made-
shot of it, and we set it on fire.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it burned.
Which one
Like not
first?
like a Molotov cocktail. Like we like set it on fire.
I remember we
on
always
fire.
used to
It,
take shots of
it
Everclear to
burned.
see who was manly enough.
It burned.
Blah blah.
Yeah.
But Everclear, we used to make the what's it called, like the jungle juice.
Mm-hmm.
Just pour. I mean, a bottle of Everclear will send you to the moon.
Can't say that.
I haven't had Everclear since college. I
Woo,
guarantee
me
it.
neither. Me neither. And I got
Guarantee
no reason to.
No.
Like the times I've had sips of moonshine from somewhere I've been where they had moonshine that was like
Yeah.
actual moonshine is the only thing I think that
Yeah.
can compare to
Yeah, my-
Everclear. But
I got it in Alabama.
Drinking
my
moonshine is a
dad.
different thing. That's like it's different than other drinking.
Insta fried.
have you
Yeah.
had Everclear?
Yeah.
Woo!
Bad college though.
I mean, I'm getting the
Yeah.
right now.
I remember.
Straight
So
up. I remember where I was last time I had it. I was straight up. I'm there right
not
now.
friends with any of those people.
Hell no.
I remember exactly what happened.
When I came home from college after my freshman year, I remember my stepdad's dad, step grandpa, I guess. He, I thought I was like tough because I'd been like 1 year of college. You always think you're like I've been through it all, like drinking whatever cheap whatever. And he blew my mind with 151. And he was like challenging me to like take shots just to
I
like
forgot. Was that Bacardi?
yeah, but it's yeah.
I forgot about that.
Like that's like the one. That's like the jump that you make between
Give
like
you a
drinking,
Caribou.
but going like not going all the way to
What'd
Everclear,
you
but
call
like
it?
it's the stop
Caribou.
between.
What's that?
It's Tech 9's drink.
Oh, no.
151 rum.
Malibu.
Pineapple juice in Malibu.
Sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, it's called Caribou Lou.
That'll get you quick too. That'll
Yeah.
probably get you really.
Tech
quick.
Nine?
Yep.
That's the secret.
Yeah.
He's a vet. He's been.
Yep. Now you know.
I'm not a rum guy.
Me either. I've never had it. I just yeah.
I've had it. I mean, I'll drink whatever.
No, I just like the
Malibu's
drink
like,
itself. I haven't had.
Malibu might as well be Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of sugar.
Turned into a drinking
Coke,
podcast. Yeah.
What's that?
Turned into a drinking podcast.
Well, I could talk for days about that.
Hey, I gotta fit the fireball.
Yeah. Damn it.
I forgot about that. Oh man, that's ridiculous. You want to tell that story?
So we all used to work together. We started together. So when I started at LA Fitness, Adam was the personal training director. Earl was the assistant.
No, I was general manager.
General manager already, right when I started,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were.
Yep.
Earl was the general manager, so they were in charge.
Don't
I
say
was
the
the new guy.
exact place because they don't know who's gonna see this.
Won't say the exact place, but they were in charge. I was the new guy, so I started
Statute of limitations.
mid-September 2014.
Man, that's real. You only 4 years.
I would,
Good.
I'd say maybe I was a little wild at that point in time.
Yeah, you're an interesting point in your life.
It was a
Transitionary time.
transitioning point in life for me. I was
Pros and
was
cons.
bouncing downtown at Bartini's 3 nights on the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, till about 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Got to come to work the next mornings. Well, I was supposed to be there at 9. When I got there, I'm not entirely sure.
You're usually there on time.
Pretty much there on time.
Yeah.
You had a personal pride about you, as wild as you were, but you like
I was there on
you
time.
had a personal pride about
Early.
yourself. Like you
Yeah.
weren't gonna be a like,
Piece of shit.
Yeah, I was trying not to cut. But yeah, you weren't gonna be the
Yeah.
person that was like another man has to come and be like, dude, do your job.
No.
Like you're not gonna be that guy.
No. But the whole I gotta fit the fireball references because I would just show up.
Catchphrase.
I would just show up. It would be morning.
No, it was your first.
It didn't matter.
We were on our way to your first. Remember when we were going to our first meeting?
Very first meeting. Oh yeah, the very first meeting. The first week I was there.
That's what you're talking about, right?
Nah,
I was talking about my slogan I always had.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
a
So there's two
catchphrase.
stories here.
Okay.
Every time I'd show up to work, I'd be like, "Yo, I gotta fit the fireball." Like, it's like 9 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Yep.
I didn't even go to sleep yet.
Different times.
Yo, I gotta fit the fireball. But what you're talking about is the first week of me being
Talk
there.
about central nervous stress that he's
Again.
going through right after this.
Again, he's my director, right? He's my boss.
Right.
We're going to the vice president's meeting.
I think you had a second boss between me at the time.
Had
probably.
multiple bosses. I'm a
Yeah.
week in, maybe a few days in. Don't even know.
Started,
First day, not
Yeah.
sure. We pull up at a Kroger for
March.
to him
March. I got a salad.
for him to get a salad or some shit. Like we're getting lunch
Well, maybe
before
sushi.
we go.
I used to crush March sushi.
Yeah.
And so
we
he goes
did bang
to
that,
his aisle, he gets his stuff, he goes to like the deli area, gets his stuff, and I just go grab a fit the fireball. And it's like,
And then you asked me, to,
11:30.
you're like, oh, can you get this? I forgot my
yeah.
wallet.
I'm like, can you buy this for me? And he's like, you know we're like on the
We
clock,
were
right?
at our meeting, and he just acted like he was like checking his phone too. He's like, oh, can you get this? Like he's got other stuff to handle at the time.
Hey.
Oh man.
And then he
I
got
did
it
it for like
and I
maybe
drank that-
72 hours.
And I
at
drank that
point.
warm fireball on the way to the meeting, and he was tripping. He was tripping. And then I went to that meeting and I crushed it.
We also had to stop. I believe we had to stop and get a polar pop
Mm-hmm.
cup too, so you could go in the meeting. Yeah, it was bad.
Fancy.
Rough times.
So anyway,
This is a different day.
I
You
gotta
actually,
fit the fireball.
You should actually talk about you being healthier now because you've been on it recently.
I've been on it.
For
and
sure, more than you normally are.
comparatively, yeah. I mean, I definitely I've put my body through a roller coaster
Yeah.
for sure.
You like your strategy. I forget. Somebody said this, and I was like, "This is totally you." Was you can just burn twice as hot for half as long, and
Yeah.
like that's like a good strategy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought it was like, damn, that's just like
That's a
I
good
like
metaphor.
that.
you might as well
I like
just
that. Yeah, I like
sprint
that.
until I exhaust, and then
Yeah.
it's done anyways. So
It's
like,
done.
Yeah.
you know, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. You won't leave anything on the table.
No other
No.
way to live.
Nothing
I
was
mean-
left on the table. Yeah.
I mean, I go hard, but I make bad decisions with my body, and then I feel like I got to make up for it, and I do it through competition usually.
Mhm.
I'm uber competitive, as
Yeah.
all of you know. I'm
Dog.
sure everybody who knows me knows.
There's like no outlet for that for like the last like 90 days either, for sure. Like
Well,
how-
for
how
me,
you're-
I got the heavy bag in the garage. You
You're
seen my
on-
garage?
You're just on Warzone mostly.
You seen my garage? Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, lately, I've kind of picked up running now, which I'm not a runner. Not good at running.
I've been trying to do it too.
Man, so
Sucks.
and
Yeah.
these are
I'm doing 100 miles.
this is no way tooting my
100
horn.
miles in a month?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, I don't have to do the canal every day. Fuck that.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's
So I'm on
not yet,
baby
not yet.
level.
I got
I'm
some.
on level 1. So I'm doing like I hit a 4 mile. That's a lot for
That's
me.
big.
That's
Yeah,
a lot.
I did 3.5.
That's the most I've done.
That was my,
You'd be
that was my
surprised.
longest.
I started doing like a
3.5.
mile and a
I just did the
half.
whole canal.
Yeah.
And a little bit extra.
You'd be surprised at how much of it is just how long are you willing to just
Well,
deal with uncomfortability. Because
after,
on
like-
paper, you should be able to run.
I got more comfortable as
If you're
I
in
went.
good shape, you should be able to run a half.
I got more comfortable as I went
Straight
though
up.
too.
A half marathon?
13, like the person, like if you're until you were like injured and break down physically.
Well, yeah.
So
there's
at-
no time I'm
there's a
worrying
break-
about.
Well, there's a break
I'll
point
jog
where
that
it's
bad
like
boy, no
what's
problem.
physical and
Give me
what's
like 6
mental.
hours, 30 minutes.
That's my thing. So I'm reading a book. One of my clients gave it to me. It's by a guy named Jack Daniels. I was telling you.
My guy.
He's by Jack Daniels.
Jack D.
He'll probably make an appearance in the whiskey spot one day. But it's so it gives you like technique on rundown, and if you have anything that like tracks. So when I ran, I was like doing like 140 steps per minute. The number's not necessarily important, but you're really supposed to be at like 180. And so you start to think about how do I chop down my steps a little bit more because it makes you bounce less and you waste so much energy going up and down.
You're striding too much?
Well, no, you're going up and down too much instead of because you have to like bound. If your feet are just pitter patter, you kind of glide over the
So you want
ground.
to go out more.
No. So you want shorter steps actually, so you don't have as much impact on your land. You want to chop it down so your
That
mechanics
makes sense,
are like
if you're striding,
soft.
you're doing heavy
So you're
impact.
soft.
Heavy
So it
impact
slows your pace
versus
down. Yeah.
spreading like it's like a surface area.
You're supposed to feel like you're
spreading your weight.
gliding over. So if you get to 180 steps per minute, and I started doing that because fortunately my watch will track something like that, you just stay so much more even that when you're done, like
Is
at
it
the end-
noticeable? Like
at
you
the-
feel weird?
Yeah. Well, you feel like you're going much
Like
slower.
what? Like do you look like a fool?
Like there's 180 steps a minute, and like you're out here like
kind of.
You see his big ass just out here shuffling his feet. People
real.
are just mowing. They stop mowing.
Look
Watch
like I'm doing an agility ladder the whole way. Yeah.
Moving with them blue.
Fitness, am I right?
180 SPM. What? 180 SPM steps per minute. We'll talk later.
Jack Daniels, look up his Instagram. It's the second one listed. It's not the first one. But no, you definitely feel like you're going slower. But you just when you get done running, you're not like over. You're just like, I guess I'll just stop now because
So
it's like you've kept such an even pace of not stress.
Mm-hmm.
You just it's
For me,
very
at 2
objective.
miles, I stopped being uncomfortable. Well, at least from
You stop being uncomfortable?
yeah. After about 2 miles, because like I said, 4 was the most I've just done.
Yeah.
But 3 is pretty regular for me.
Yeah.
I can tie 3 together. But after about 2, I start to just find a groove.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first mile, it's like, oh shit, I'm running. I gotta run.
Right.
And then it's like, all right,
First
maybe I
one's the
get into my
hardest.
podcast, maybe I get into my audiobook, maybe I'm into my music.
Mhm.
Then after 2, it's like, all right, I'm just in a groove now.
Right,
I'm
right.
running.
Yeah.
Man, it's not as bad.
That's real.
A lot of times you have to pick a route that you know is X amount because then there's like no point to tap. Like you get out there, like you're a mile away, like you got a mile left.
Well, I told
So
you.
you're not just gonna stop.
The next one I want to do, it was gonna be an amount that I didn't know, and I was just gonna have to finish it. And I know it's gonna be longer than 3 miles because I was planning on adding a canal
That's
in there.
interesting.
And I just because again, like it's,
Well, you
it's,
need
it's
to
just all
you need
about
to
testing
measure
And
yourself.
just see when you're willing
I'm
to
gonna
quit.
know how long it is, but
You
I'm
need a measuring
like
stick,
I'm
too.
gonna be measuring while I go. But at the same time, like, I just want to see what I can do.
Right.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
and I'll know where the destination is. I'm obviously still be like downtown and shit,
Sure.
but it's like so I'll know
Right.
that I can get home at any point. But
Right.
it's gonna be further than I know, and I know there's gonna
Right.
be at least an extra mile and a half on a trip that there wasn't gonna be before. So
And
what's
once
your-
you commit to that, though, it's like,
this
We're
is what
going.
we're doing.
What's
Yeah.
your reason when you stop? Just is like that's when you feel like it was enough.
The only
Like-
reason I stopped is because I'm home.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm making it. Like,
Okay.
like, it's not. It's just like
You know, so
I'm just gonna go. Like
That's crazy.
it's gonna be as far as it's gonna be.
I don't know why you ask me so many questions about this.
But I'm not making it. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing about it. Like I'm going to accomplish it.
I feel like running outside helped me because you know how terrible I am with directions.
Bad.
Because when you run,
The
you
worst.
have to. If you run out and you just have like a run a track,
The
you
worst I've
don't.
ever seen.
You don't have a choice because I think it's just a lack of paying attention.
Mhm.
Like when you're a kid, like some kids don't pay attention to driving around, so they never get a sense because they're just like whatever. I'm sitting in the back.
No, you got
when I
something
get there, I
special
get there.
wrong with you.
Yeah, it's really bad. But since you run outside, you start to. It's like it's not necessarily that I have like more information about different places, but it's just a different way of noticing where you're at,
Mhm.
so that you start to pay attention. Like
Well, running is about distraction for me. Like, I need distracted. You can put a Harry Potter movie on, right? Put me in a studio movie theater, and I will run.
Yeah.
I just sit there
Remember
and
those
watch
alleys
Harry
that
Potter,
had
baby.
that?
Loved them.
studio or
Watch- I'll be
cardio
on that.
theater, yeah.
That movie-
Right next to Nancy. Watching Harry
Fitness,
Potter.
right?
Just on the elliptical. Do you feel me? It's distracting.
That's shirt number 2.
And
Fitness, right?
listen,
Thumbs up emoji.
And then,
We're gonna be rich.
like what I was doing on that last run is like talking about distraction, running outside. So my thing was I was going around my condo complex, and then I added in a gas station, and then I took this route a little wider, and then this last time I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna run to town.
Yeah.
And you start to notice new businesses that you didn't know were there.
Right.
And, oh, there's an ice cream shop there. And, oh, there's a barber shop right there. Oh, they got the double-decker barbershop gym. It's a great idea.
What do you think they charge for rent?
But you start to notice things, but it's distracting still.
Yeah.
And so now the next time I run, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go see what's on that next block.
Right.
What's on that next block.
And then
You
you're
know what I
actually
mean?
doing something besides running. You're
That's a
actually
good
like, gonna
metaphor.
go see what's
Yeah,
over
you feel
here.
That's a real good metaphor for life, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
A little bit at a time.
Outside the
Yeah.
comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a little bit at a time, though, right?
Bro, that full circle.
yeah.
That was nice.
All right,
Nice.
it's over.
Yeah.
Drop the
We
mic.
Can't do better than that.
This has been Earl Sims.
Focus in.
I've been plant-based since about December.
Dang.
Stop.
Yeah.
Game changers
Stop
get you?
eating meat.
Yeah, it did actually. So one of my friends was hollering at me, and she was talking to me about it in general. 'Cause that's just what she
You
does.
stopped eating meat?
So she was like, "No, I didn't stop eating meat. I'm a fucking man."
What the fuck is
You
plant-based?
see his stance right now?
So I'm plant.
Hey, that boy said,
Don't say anything.
Right. Hey.
Transverse plane covered. Wide.
No, so I didn't stop eating meat. It's just the fact that like meat is not the main component of my diet any longer.
well, when you, listen, man, you need to
What percent do you think?
word that differently next time. When you say, listen, I'm plant-based now.
Eggs?
No, but
Still
yeah, it
eggs?
is. No, I never eat eggs.
Oh, really?
So I was like I said,
Why?
I went to Ollie's last night and I had a peanut butter burger. Like, but I'm not afraid of meat by any means, but I know that it should not be the biggest component of my diet throughout every single day. Just based on everything, I'm. So there's a couple sides of it. Some people say like oh, I have so much more energy when I'm plant based and everything. But so there's a couple different things about that. One, it could be because of how much your body needs to digest meat in general. And that could be a piece of why you get tired, because it has to take away like oxygen delivery from other parts, blood delivery from other parts. But also, your alternatives for protein that are plant-based have an exorbitant amount of carbs in them. So you're going to get more
fiber.
energy because you're eating more, because you're eating more carbs, so
Yeah.
you're going to have more energy naturally.
Sounds
so
horrible.
So that's the biggest thing from that. But one thing I've encountered a lot of people, and they be like,
As long as you
oh,
feel
I'm
good.
plant-based, but they're like big, and I've seen them get bigger since they said they don't eat meat anymore. So the thing about it is people don't change their plates. And that was a topic that I wanted to go into anyway, just about the wellness thing.
Yep.
So when people go plant-based, their plates still look the exact same that they did when they were eating meat.
You have quadruple the size plate.
So if you think about somebody who says, okay, I don't eat meat anymore, I get my protein from beans. So you're getting all your protein from beans.
Shit.
So
I got beans
Did you see
soaking and
his
sprouting
kitchen?
on a rotation on a regular
Yeah.
He
basis.
got plants growing in his
Already-
kitchen
I
right now.
saw
that he's
25
about to
they're
eat.
sprouting right now. Usually they'll be on the balcony in the sun. You get some
Duh.
sprouts.
Just
And then I cook
disgusting.
them in a slow pot overnight. I got a rotation going, so I always got soaked. It's the best carb if you do it right. It's such a low glycemic
Exactly.
carb that it's like you could.
carb.
Yeah, it's like, but it's low glycemic enough that you don't. So, have you ever read the book or heard of the book Blue Zones?
No.
So Blue Zones is there's certain areas on the
Blue
map.
dot, green dot, side you on.
Oh, shit.
Hey, we got to patent that before we put this out.
Yo, it's done.
I'm not getting that idea
This is
stolen
not
off my
live,
list.
It's in my notes.
So
Consider it done.
there's like 4 or 5 areas on the world that have like an exorbitant amount of people that live to be 100 years old or higher. Mm-hmm. And they basically wrote a book about like here's like if you made a Venn diagram, like here's like the list of things that is similar about these groups. I think it's 5. There's only one in America. It's Loma Linda in California, but one of them is they have a high legume intake. So, and the idea is that it's not necessarily bad or good if your blood sugar goes high or low. Like if you want to do a high carb diet, like a Japanese culture's rice all day, but they're like thinner, right?
Right,
They're
right.
not like you're not just like you would think you'd be fat, right? Or you can do like ketogenic, low carb, blood sugar's low all the time. Doesn't matter. The issue is glycemic variability. Like, do you eat nothing and then at night you have this big, like
Spike.
you ate whatever burger and fries and you have this big spike. It's the issue is how far up and down. Like, what's the standard deviation from center? That is the issue, because that makes your body like incapable of handling what you're gonna throw at it. Like it's not ready for it. So if you can keep it consistent, blood sugar consistency, that's
I
like
don't
one of
do
the
that.
keys to like living long. Like,
Okay.
Yep.
I don't do that. I'm the worst.
Yeah.
I have no discipline. I have like just enough discipline to like make
regular alcohol intake actually too is one of them.
Well, I got that down.
Little bits. Little bits.
Yeah.
I don't do things in little bits. That's my problem.
Yep.
Yeah, I go hard or I don't.
For alcohol, food, no matter what, like I spike. That's what I'm saying. My entire life.
It's like, that's why consistency and regularity. Like your body gets used. Your body can handle pretty much anything, but just don't
I'm
surprise
consistently
it.
an asshole.
Like don't surprise it too often.
Right.
Like if you worked out hard, but you did it every day, eventually you just figure it out. But if you're like, I'm gonna go hard as hell on Monday, then I'm not gonna work out till Friday, and then I'm gonna go hard as hell again, like
it's tough.
It's not gonna go great.
Right.
It's not gonna go great for you.
It's tough.
Yeah. So when you think about beans, if you're getting your beans as your protein, if you're thinking about just a regular plate that you would have, you're gonna get beans as your protein. That's gonna be your protein. Then you're gonna have your rice, and you're gonna have broccoli. You know what I mean? Just because we've got a regular plate.
Yep.
But with your beans, if you get 2 servings of beans, say 1 serving of beans, you got 60 carbs, and then you got your carbs from your rice. So you're still overloaded. So you're doubling up on your carb instead of having regular. So that's what I mean why people don't change their plates.
Yeah.
When they switch to plant based, so then they're still in excess calories, even though they feel like they're saving by cutting out meat. They're really not, because meat is actually one of the least nutrient dense foods that we eat. Actually, because they always tell us to eat nutrient dense foods, but meat is just protein basically. It does, but it's just protein. It's not nutrient dense at all. You know what I mean? So when you go to plant based, you're actually eating more actual nutrient dense foods. But if you're eating more of them,
so it sounds like you should do heavy plants with meat.
Well, I think so.
You could.
I think the
You
issue
could.
That would be the best.
Eating
Have
meat
some meat.
Eating meat isn't a problem. It's really not. It's just
So,
a personal
all right,
choice
so
and
put
preference.
it into
Which is why
percentages
I'm not afraid of it. Like I'm not scared.
So
of
let me
shit.
ask you this: put it
not
into
a priority.
percentages.
Yeah.
What percentage do you attach to veggies? What percentage do you attach to
that would be
meat?
hard.
And protein?
75.
Or what?
No, I'm saying, what would if you had to split it into percentages on what you should intake, based on what you're saying? You do 75% plant, 25%
I mean, you just gotta have your caloric
What do
necessity.
you say?
Like, yeah, I don't think you could break it down as simple as saying like plants or whatever.
What do you
because
do?
one
Then?
of
What would you put
things.
what would your numbers be? What do you think?
So
I mean, it's pretty easy for me. I'm probably 75%.
No, I don't really
meat.
track. So what I eat on
I'm
a regular
probably 75%
basis,
meat, 25%.
there's some veggie burgers that I eat. I'll do those. I'll eat actual black beans. I do rice, broccoli, different veggie mixes. There are these different pastas that I
So you a little bit go out of your way to avoid meat, though.
Not really. Like I said, just
veggie burger is like.
I mean, that's just getting the veggie burger. I've found alternatives like there's like a pasta that's made out of like red lentils and sweet potatoes and shit, and it's got 25 grams of protein in the serving.
Right.
So I can get that with 25 grams of protein and 70 grams of carbs, and that's basically a meal right there. You know what I mean? I can get.
I'm talking about
some
percentage
greens.
of meat versus veggie, though. That's what I'm saying.
I probably
talking about cold cut.
One day, maybe 2 days a week. I'll have a meat meal.
And it's
So you're
but
you're like a 20-80. You're like 20% meat, 80%
probably
veggie.
different even than that.
Probably even higher than that. But yeah, that's just how it is. Like it'll be like almost like my cheat day. It'll be like a meat meal, and I'll fucking go ham. But otherwise,
See, I gotta have meat every time I eat.
Yeah, pause. But yeah,
Every time.
So you know why I think that's an issue? Why people don't change their plate though is because they usually classify things as protein or carb, and they don't differentiate like that. Like it's not like an ongoing total in the total meal. They're like, all right, which one's protein, and not understand that also other things will come along with that. Food is like meat is just protein. And that's actually just a lucky assumption because that's just true,
right?
You know, right? Like, but beans is like majority of it's carb. It's more carb than protein, even. Like, so to just classify food as one or the other is not the way to do it. You would look at everything as 3 different columns and like how many of each of these does a food have? Like, because you can't just say this is this. There's not that many foods that are one thing. Like white rice is all carb, yes, true, and meat is almost was fatty too, but almost all protein. But more other foods are a combination of all 3.
Right.
So there's no way
That's
to just
why
say.
I don't give a to eat them all.
Yeah,
That's real.
That's why I got a classic physique. It's a great way to wrap this up.
Hey, full circle.
We're gonna go food
Classic physique. So anyway, we should probably wrap this up. Getting towards that time.
for sure. What do you got?
Anything you want to leave us with, Earl? You're the man. We love you. You're a beast.
Nah, not really. I mean, the biggest thing I've just been harping on lately is just like, just making sure people just understand you got to be better than yourself. You know what I mean? That's really the only objective. You know, as long as you be you, that's good. You know what I mean? Like
Yesterday's you.
Yeah, like that's literally all it is. Like I think that's the biggest reason why people are like upset at themselves, because they can look back and they were like, and they feel like they were better before. Nobody wants to feel like they've been better than they are now. Yeah. So that and then whatever you do, make it look sexy. That's all. You know, you want people to do what you do. You know what I mean? Like if you do something and and it's not catching on with anybody around just because you don't make it fucking look good. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
Do what you do, make it look good,
do it confidently,
and be better than you.